latest City Kickboxing addition to the UFC roster.
The main thing is I kept believing in myself really, you know, because you can have the best team around you, that's great, but you need to believe in yourself and keep grinding every day. Sometimes it takes a while before you reach your goals, but I believe as long as you keep grinding, it's going to happen eventually. So yeah, I'm glad I kept believing in myself.
Bonjour, je m'appelle David Adesanya, un grand 145-pound champion. Comment tu t'appelles?
Let's speak English, I reckon that's going to be better.
This is the intro, I mean this is the intro. Comment tu t'appelles?
Je m'appelle Kevin.
Hello Kevin. All right, we are here with the latest City Kickboxing addition to the UFC roster, Kevin Jousset. He is fighting on the last Fight Night card of 2023. Kevin, how are you?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm really excited to have one more fight before the end of the year. And yeah, the last one was good, and I'm hoping to have a good performance once again.
What is your fight name?
Air.
Air Jousset, that's right.
Yeah.
I see you. And how did you get that fight name?
With the takedowns, obviously, like with the judo takedowns I've been having all along my career. So yeah, some people call me like that, and it just stayed.
Before we get into your upcoming fights, let's talk about your fantastic UFC debut. What was it like, first of all, you know, getting surprised at the gym with the long-awaited contract and, you know, finally getting the good news?
Yeah, man, it was good. You know, I was expecting this moment for a long time, obviously, and especially with the title fights I've had on the regional scene in 2023, I really thought it was gonna happen, and it was not happening, but eventually we got the call 2 weeks out.
Okay guys, come around and Frank will show whatever he's got to show, but before we do that, one quick announcement. Kevin, welcome to the UFC, he'll be
Yeah, I'm glad I got the call, and I think right now I'm fighting the right organization where I should have been for a long time now, so yeah, it feels good.
Fuck, I'm not too sure what to say. Thank you everyone for this past few years where we've been working hard, getting ready, getting better. And yeah, thank you huge. I've been asking you approximately 2,000 times what was going on with it. Yeah, let's make some money, baby. Let's make some money.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been obviously training my whole life. Back in France, I was competing in judo mostly.
How old were you when you started training?
4 years old when I was doing judo, so yeah, it's been a while now. I've done judo at the highest level back home.
Describe what's the highest level of judo?
Well, I was competing on the national and international scene back home when I was still living in France.
Oh, so you were on the France national team?
Yeah, I was. So yeah, that's what I've done my whole life really. So, and then I stopped and I studied MMA when I moved to Australia in 2016. And my first amateur fight was in 2018, and then first pro fight 2019.
Tonight, he makes his pro debut, Kevin Jousset!
And when did you start transitioning into different martial arts?
When I moved to Australia, before I've never done any striking, I've never done any MMA. I barely knew what it was really, you know. So when I moved to Australia, I just studied a couple of days after I moved, and yeah, then I loved it and went full-time training right away.
Number 18. Oh, left hand straight away. He tags him immediately. McNally's in trouble. Jump on top. Oh, Big D's all over!
And I did the move here early 2020, and yeah, stayed here since. Yeah, I've had some struggle along the way, you know. I didn't have much money, so I was living in my car for a few months, and yeah, by the end of the day, you know, I'm glad I've had all those struggles, because it makes me enjoy life even better now, you know. The main thing is I kept believing in myself really, you know, because you can have the best team around you, that's great, but you need to believe in yourself and keep grinding every day. Sometimes it takes a while before you reach your goals, but I believe as long as you keep grinding, it's gonna happen eventually. So yeah, I'm glad I kept believing in myself.
Let him know, champ. Let him know. What do you got to say to Dana?
Dana, Shelby, Nick, Mena, Hunter. I'm fucking ready. Give me anyone, and I'll fucking smug them. Fuck off!
Prior to your debut, you'd been to UFC Fight Weeks before with the boys, and you had seen them, you know, go through the routine, you know, check-in, posters, photo shoots. When it was finally your turn, and you're the one signing posters, you're the one taking the photos, did it all feel, you know, very familiar?
Absolutely. I think that's actually the main reason why I didn't really feel any different if it was a UFC fight or a fight on a regional.
You're a lot
promotion.
calmer during fight week.
Absolutely, I didn't feel no stress. That's actually weird, but that was a fight where I stressed less. Probably because I knew it was gonna happen eventually, and as you say, like I've been to those fight weeks quite a few times before. I knew exactly what was the program gonna be and stuff like that. So yeah, it just felt good to finally be there, but yeah, I wasn't surprised. So it helped.
Describe the fight to me. You had a first round finish.
Yeah, it went pretty good.
Jousset can just pop that jab on him.
Yeah, so the fight went well, but I knew my skills level was good enough to beat this guy, and I knew as long as I respect the takedown, I would win the fight, and that's what I've done. I didn't really see this fight as a huge thing. I just took it as a normal fight. I knew it was gonna happen. Like I knew for years, and I was training for those moments, you know. So when it happened, it's almost like it wasn't the first time it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like I felt these emotions and those feelings many times before, because in my head, like I knew it was gonna happen. But yeah, it just now it's the reality, you know.
Let's talk about your opponent, Song Kenan. He has a bit more experience than you in MMA. In this kind of situation with the matchup, where is your confidence coming from going into this?
I couldn't care less how many fights he has, to be honest. I don't think that means that much. It really depends. You know, there's more competitions. I'm used to compete. I've been competing my whole life. Yes, I do have less MMA fights than he does, and less UFC fights than he does, but at the end of the day, it's all about who has the best skills. I believe I have better skills than the guy. I think he's still very good and he's very dangerous. But I think my style is gonna be a problem for him. Yeah, I'm just looking forward for the challenge.
How do you think the fight plays out without giving too much away?
Let's just say I think I'm gonna outsmart him and use my skills properly and just win in a good fashion once again.
Does it go the distance?
It won't.
So you go from France, Australia, you end up in, New Zealand, you go to CKB, and then you see Eugene. How would you put Eugene as he ranks in the coaches of not ranking, but how would you compare him to your other coaches throughout your entire life?
You and me in trouble, right?
No, yeah. I mean, it's not a tell-all, but say your mind.
I would say he's one of the nicest human beings, which is a good thing because obviously he talks a lot of shit. That's for sure.
I don't like Australians. Try and be articulate with it, but it's just I have to be straight. I don't like Australians, and I especially don't fucking like French people.
Especially since we beat you in rugby last
But when you know him a lot, you understand that he does because he actually cares. And yeah, for me that's a very big thing for being a good coach, like actually caring about people and stuff like that. So obviously I think that's the main thing.
And what about the boys? Where does your personality fit in the dynamic at CKB?
Yeah, it feels good too, I feel everyone is very nice and helping each other, and that's like a big family.
Family bond, yep.
Yeah, exactly. Some teams are not like that, they're just here for themselves. Here it's more like you're actually caring about everyone and you want all your boys doing good. And when my mates win, I'm very happy for them. When they lose, I feel sad for them because I know how hard they worked and what it means to them. So yeah.
Apart from being an athlete and competing, what do you like to do?
I like cooking.
What do you cook?
A lot of things, but French food in general.
What's your favorite French food to cook?
Well, I can make you some crepes.
Make some crepes right now?
After my fight, maybe. After my fight. I like nature in general, so yeah, I like walking in the nature and hiking and going to the beach. And I like hanging out with my friends and my family and yeah, those kind of stuff. Pretty basic things, but basics are always a good thing.
How good does that French accent help you with the ladies around here?
It does help.
It does help.
It does help.
Sometimes I put it on myself and I pretend like I'm French. You heard it at the start. You heard it. I sound like a fucking damn near national dog.
It helps as long as I understand me, though. It's not always the case.
And lastly, give a shout out to your social media.
Social media, so on Instagram @JoussetKevin. Facebook, same thing. Twitter, I think that's the same thing. I use Twitter once in a while. I don't even know my login. And yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Kevin, for your time. We wish you all the best for your bouts next week. Go get them.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey guys, what's up? Izzy here. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video.